Hi, I'm Thomas Gray. I'm a physician that runs the medical emergency unit at Palliative Hospital, and about maybe 2-3 years ago I realized that amongst all the other challenges was the complete lack of palliative care provision within the state service, but specifically at Palliative. And patients were inevitably given a terminal diagnosis, but were not provided with any kind of palliative care service prior to discharge. Often patients really come from terrible social circumstances who do not have the luxury of having access to private nursing care, private nursing homes, or often hospice facilities. And as a result would then return to the emergency unit and often die in terrible circumstances, away from their family members, on stretchers. And we slowly made a start by opening 4 true end-of-life care beds for patients who are really pre-terminal arriving in the emergency unit, to allow them to spend time within a slightly more comfortable environment, allow their families to spend their last few hours and days with them.
Care has been working in Palliative Hospital since 2005, and during that time we worked with many terminally ill patients, and we were very excited to be asked to be the program managers of the new pilot program for palliative care in the hospital. The pilot program model is one which combines a biomedical approach and a psycho, social and spiritual approach. We work in an integrated fashion with existing services in the hospital, and we provide the added value of having our own palliative care nurse who is focused on ensuring that the service gets rendered, and a team of lay counsellors. The lay counsellors are women from the communities that the patients come from, and they understand the communities that the patients are going back to. And that understanding creates a bridge between the highly skilled tertiary hospital and the community and family. And that's the added extra that I think an NGO brings to a public service. People who work in an NGO always go the extra mile, and I'm proud that my team has done exactly that.
We are running a 7-day service. Most people, after being diagnosed, they want to go home in the care of their family. I receive referrals from the doctors, and then after the referral I will go back to the social worker. We will discuss the patient and the ward sister, and my duty is to do pain control and symptom management. We give information packs to the family and the patients to inform them what their condition is all about and how they can cope with the symptoms at home. After the patient has been discharged, a week after, I will do a phone call to the family and the patient to ensure that the services is in place.
When patients find out that they have a terminal illness, they don't always know how to deal with it. Some of them get very angry. We have English, Afrikaans and Xhosa lay counselling team. Lay counselling is basically just being with the patient while they receive the bad news, getting them to understand what is really happening to them. There are times that the families don't want to take the patients home, and we try and encourage them to do so, because many of the patients find that they want to be with the families while they're dying. There are times that it's impossible for families to take the patient, and that's when we get the palliative care sister to arrange placement for the patients, so that when we even do the follow-ups, we really know the patient and the family and understand what they're going through.
I as a social worker, I'm not always able to give the time required. Sometimes we just need someone who's there and able to communicate with the patient or listen to their fears and listen to the fears of the family. You know, are we going to be able to cope? What do we do in a difficult situation? Who do we turn to? And Abundant Life has kind of been that bridge, you know, between the two, and they've really done a lot of good work in the wards. There's been an amazing difference in the care the patients have been receiving. You know, you see the ladies around every day in all of the wards, and the patients become content because they know that there's someone there who really wants to provide them with the best care. So, you know, Abundant Life has kind of been that missing link.
We don't have always the time to sit down with the patient, even if we see they are emotional. Like this morning, even I have a patient that was crying. We as nurses was talking to her, but she didn't want to open to us. So that is where Abundant Life counselor also came in, and she sat down with the patient, and the patient was much calm. Most of our patients actually request one of the counselors to come and speak to them.
My sister was here. She was very sick, and we didn't get a hope she's going to be better. And then we lose hope. But when we found them, they are like my family, or more than my family, because they counsel us. They tell us about my sister's life, and then we want to know everything. And then when we talk with them, they counsel us. They talk deeply with us, and then they touch my heart, you see. So as a result now, my sister, it's not here. It's Eastern Cape. Since we talk with them, they tell us, no, a better way, it's better to take your sister to transfer in Eastern Cape. So now I'm so happy to meet you guys, because everything I didn't know before, I know now. And I need to know more.
Doctor said we can do nothing for him. His kidneys are packing up, his liver is giving in, his spleen is finished. He's 74, he's a pensioner. Where are they going to help us? There's younger people that they will help. I could see that nothing was too much for them. And I said to him, Peter, you are in good hands. So when they finally, after 2.5 weeks, they told me that I can take him home. And I thought, that's the end of him. Grootste keer, you can just know that those people are caring people. Those people, you can be a pensioner, you can belong to the state, but you belong to them too. Because they open up their hearts. And they served us. And you people saved his life. And that follow-up service that we received was just that we belong. We are home. We've got a family. And we can trust. Where he never trusted a hospital before. And you stood in the gap for us. And I can honestly say that you must never ever think of not doing the service that you are in, because you are a great source of help to all of us. We need you. Don't stop, because we appreciate you. Thank you. Thank
you. My name's Cedric Daniels. I'm 60 years old. My daughter, Auntie Daniels, was in hospital. She was diagnosed with lymphoma cancer, and she received chemotherapy, but she started getting very, very, very bad. So much so that doctors said that there's very little time left for her. He helped us a great deal to understand firstly what was happening. I remember one of the other ladies, she said that the most important thing is we must be honest with Auntie. And honest with ourselves too. It wasn't very, very easy for myself, my wife, and my other 2 daughters. You were really supportive in the sense of the word that we could feel there was somebody who not doing it because you probably see it as a job, or you're looking at it as it's something that's got to be done. But I think out of pure love and pure care for others. 2 of your people were at the funeral even, and I think very highly of that. I think that's going a little bit of the extra mile. And even afterwards, when you phone my daughter, because she's experiencing problems now, you've now arranged for her to go for counseling, to try and help her also to come to terms with this and to cope with this whole unfortunate tragedy that has hit the family. But yeah, thanks for your help. Really, thank you very, very much. It's highly appreciated, and that comes from that little place deep, deep down there in my heart. Thank you very much.